Hey, you guys. Hey. Good day. I hope everybody is doing great. Let me give you three signals that can tell you what companies may actually need your training, not whether they could use it, not whether they have employees, not whether they have a budget. Hey, you guys, not whether they have a big budget. No, and not whether or not ChatGPT gave you the name of somebody in HR. No, I mean three signals that are going to tell you that this organization may have a real reason to care about what you teach. Because this is where I think a lot of people get it backwards, okay? They find a company, they find a decision maker, then they send the message, and only after they do that do they start trying to figure out why would this company really care, huh? You need to know that. I want you to reverse that. And before you ask, who should I contact? I don't want you to ask that first. I want you to ask, what evidence tells me that this organization has a reason to care about what I do? Hey, Tracy, nice to see you, love. Right? Which organizations will, care about even what I do? Signal number one. All right, y'all write this down. I'm going to give you signal number one. I know my head is in the way of my thing. What is the organization telling you that matters right now? What are they talking about repeatedly? What are leaders emphasizing? And what initiatives are they announcing? What outcomes seem to be getting attention right now? Because companies tell you a lot publicly. They absolutely do. Maybe they're talking about manager effectiveness. Maybe they're talking about employee retention. Maybe they're talking about leadership development or customer experience or change management. Nice to see you guys. Welcome. Welcome, Shamar. Welcome, Jovita. Right? Maybe they're talking about sales performance or communication. We have to pay attention to the signals that they're giving. Like maybe they're talking about culture. See, the topic itself is not even the point. No, the point is this showing up as something important to the organization right now? Because, see, there is a big difference between the company could benefit from my training, and there's a difference between that and this company appears to actively be prioritizing an issue that my training addresses. See, those are not the same thing. And this is exactly, hi, John A. This is exactly where I want you to stop thinking so broadly. You do not need every company to need what it is that you teach. And see, that's actually the really good news. You only need to find the companies where there is a credible reason for what you do to matter. And a smaller, more relevant group is exactly what we want. You don't want a huge list because you don't need another giant prospect list. You need better opportunities. Okay? So let's look at signal number one, priority. That is signal number one. What are they telling you matters right now? Okay, write that down. Signal number two is investment. Where is the company actually putting resources? Hi, Venice. Nice to see you. Welcome. You see, because organizations can say something is important all day long. The question is, what are they doing about it? See, that investment can show up in different ways. Maybe they're hiring around that particular investment. Maybe they created a brand new leadership role around that investment. Maybe they launched a brand new initiative. Maybe they're funding a program. Maybe they're expanding their team. Maybe they're bringing in vendors. Maybe they're rolling out a brand new technology. Maybe they have an announcement of a workforce initiative. Or maybe they're increasing spending in a particular area. See, those are what we call clues. Those are the clues. See, now I want you to hear me carefully here. Funding is a signal. It's not a sales lead. Okay? I know what the people are teaching, but no, finding money does not automatically mean that you have found an opportunity. You have to dig deeper. Finding a budget does not automatically mean, great, let's pitch them. No, it means it may be worth investigating. I need my glasses. See, that is a very, very different mindset, because a lot of people are being taught to find money and immediately try to make their training fit. Yeah, immediately. I don't want you to do that. We're not looking for clever ways to make your training fit. That's not what we're doing. No, we are looking for evidence that it actually does fit. So if you see an investment around an area that connects you credibly to what you know how to do, see, now I'm interested, not convinced. I'm interested. We have to dig a little bit deeper. There is some investigation that has to be done. That is signal number 2. Investment. Investment. Okay, I hope you all are writing this down. If you miss it, check it out on the YT. Signal number 3 is one people overlook all the time. I have to clean my glasses. What is creating the reason for an organization to act right now? What is a reason? Because companies don't usually spend money just because a topic is interesting. They don't do that. There's something driving it. Something needs to actually improve. Something needs to change within that organization. Something is creating risk. Something is putting pressure on an actual outcome. Maybe the organization is growing really quickly, and maybe new managers are being promoted. Maybe turnover is increasing, or maybe customer complaints are rising. Hi, Pamela Jean, nice to see you, love. Maybe leaders are struggling through major change. Maybe the organization is going through a merger. Maybe there's new technology that's changing how people work. Wink, wink, wink. Maybe a new regulation is creating new requirements. Maybe performance has changed. Whatever it is, I want you all to think about the pressure that's causing it. And pressure answers one of the most important questions when it comes to corporate selling, because you may absolutely solve a real problem. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, everybody. See, but if the company does not feel any reason to act, there may not be an opportunity there right now. That doesn't mean never. It means maybe not right now. I know my head is in the way. Y'all have to forgive me. Hold on one second. Let me block you, Tammy. Hold on one second, okay? I got you. Hold on. Let me block you since you have stupid questions. Y'all know I'm not big. I'm not good necessarily at like blocking people, because I don't block people a lot. But there we go. When you start asking for it, I got to give you what you want. Okay. All right. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, you guys. Here's where it gets interesting. One signal by itself is very useful. But when multiple signals start lining up, yeah, now we have something that we need to pay attention to. All right. So let me give you an example of how this works. Let's say that a company starts talking publicly about improving manager effectiveness. Okay. That is a priority. Then you notice that they're hiring a large number of new managers or launching a new leadership initiative, right? That is investment. Then you see that a company is growing quickly or going through a major organizational change. That is the pressure that I'm talking about. Now we have three things telling us that there may be a legitimate need here. Does that mean that they definitely need your training? See, I'm not going to lie to you and blow smoke at you. It doesn't mean that automatically. And I want to keep saying that because I'm not going to blow smoke at you. Hey, Latasha, welcome, love. Because we're not trying to convince ourselves that there's an opportunity because there's too many legitimate opportunities out there. We are trying to evaluate which ones exist for you. See, the next question becomes, does my expertise credibly connect to what I am teaching? That is the intersection, right? They're signals, the demonstrated expertise. That is where we want to focus. Hi, Shan. Welcome, love. This is good news, you guys. This is good news. And this is the part that I really want you all to hear. This should actually make corporate selling feel less overwhelming, not more overwhelming, because you don't have to chase everybody. You don't have to send 500 messages out. You don't. I know AI can do it, but it's still grimy. You don't have to sit in Sales Navigator for hours collecting names. You don't have to keep asking Uncle Chatty, give me more companies. You actually may need fewer companies, better companies. You may already have something that companies legitimately need. You may already have the course, the workshop. You may already have the framework, the expertise. Hi, Marley. Nice to see you. You may just be missing clarity about where the strongest evidence of fit actually exists. That is a much, much better problem to solve than starting over. Who wants to start over? Y'all probably already have a course that you've already built, huh? Welcome YT, welcome FB, welcome IG, welcome TT. I know that you all are, we're broadcasting everywhere. Okay, so welcome everybody, no matter where you're coming in from. See, we want to know, where are they putting money, people, programs, and resources? Where are they applying pressure? What is actually creating a reason for an organization to act right now? See, and when those signals begin to line up with something that you're actually qualified to solve, yes, that is when we dig in. Nice to see you, Erica. That is exactly what we're getting into on Saturday. We're going live on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern on Zoom. I am going to show you how to start to recognize the signals that matter before you waste time building these giant lists that everybody is telling you to build. Who got time for that? We're going to look at how to really distinguish a clue from a real opportunity, a trend from actual relevance, a company that could use your training from one that may have a reason to care about it right now. And then we're going to connect that back to your expertise. Because I don't want you spending the next month collecting more information and still asking the same question. Okay, but what does that mean for me? Not my neighbor, me. The likelihood is that you already have something companies need, but where does the evidence, the market data right now today say that it's needed? That is what we're working on Saturday in the workshop. I am going to show you how to stop wasting time. Who's got time to waste? If selling your training to companies is serious for you, then I want you to join me. That's why it's not free. It ain't. It ain't. And I don't make any apologies about that, because I only want serious people who want to know what are the signals that I need to be seeing, not wasting time building more lists ad nauseum, using more prompts ad nauseum, only for ChatGPT to keep telling me that I'm amazing and I'm brilliant, but why aren't I rich? Why isn't this working? It's not working because that doesn't work. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's not working because that doesn't work. Sorry. I don't have to blow smoke at you. I don't have to tell you something that doesn't work. For those of you all who might be new to me, my name is Kat Dunn, and I have been in this business for more than 20 years, helping organizations, some of the most recognizable brands in the world, to relieve the pressure with training and learning and development. So I know what they need. I know what they're looking for. I know the signals that they put out. I know what you should be looking for because I'm there. They hire me as a consultant. I am a consultant for some of the most recognizable brands in the world. I have been doing this work for more than 20 plus years. Some of the organizations that I have done work for include Uber Eats, include Walmart, include Verizon, include ADP, include the federal government, include schools, include nonprofits like United Way, like the ALS Association of Georgia. This is what I do every single day. I give data. I give intelligence briefings to executives to help them to know where to focus, where to find learning and development and training that is going to alleviate the pressure. So I know what they're looking for. And I know that going over, spending oodles of time over on LinkedIn just to get a list off a Sales Navigator is a waste of your time if you don't know what you're looking for. Oh, I know. You're looking for the geography of the companies, right? You put in the company size. I'm looking for companies with at least 500 employees, and I'm looking for companies that do this in this niche, in this area, in this industry. I know that that's how you're looking. And that's why you don't have nothing but a big old list. That's why the list is not doing anything for you, because it's not cross-referencing you. You are the X factor. You are the it factor. You are who they're looking for. Thank you so much, AI Summary. I want you all to get the knowledge that people who have a whole lot of money pay for. They are telling you to go over and spend all your time on LinkedIn sending out random DMs, because they know that the likelihood is that you're not going to spend thousands of dollars on consultants like me. They're not going to tell you that they're actually using consultants. They're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that they're actually hiring KTCB, my company. They're not going to tell you that they're hiring Gartner. They're not going to tell you that they're hiring Bloomberg. They're not going to tell you that they're hiring Dun & Bradstreet. They're not going to tell you that. Because they know that the likelihood is that most people don't have access to that kind of money to spend on consultants, consulting firms. That's how they know where to go. They know who to look for. You think they're going through 500 companies? They're not. They're not. They're going to look at their top 15, their top 10, based on what the signals are in the marketplace right now. They're going to match that against frameworks and a methodology that tells them who you should be looking at based on the market signals, based on what's happening right now and your current capabilities. Yeah, we look at over 40 different capabilities and we match it with the market signals that are happening right now. And that is how consulting firms like mine, like Gartner, like Bloomberg, like Dun & Bradstreet, that is how we're able to point our clients in the right direction so that they can actually get the discovery call, so that they can get the call, so that they can get the attention of the executives. They're not looking for random DMs from people who want to connect because you both have an interest in pickleball, because you both went to the same college, because you're both in the same sorority or fraternity. Y'all, they don't care. They don't care. Tap the screen, like the live. Tap me right on my forehead if y'all get what I'm saying. Those of you all who are watching and tuned in on YT, FB, IG, all the places, welcome. I see y'all. I'm not ignoring you. I promise. I promise. I got to pay attention to TT because TT is real sensitive. Okay. But I see you all. And I thank you all for joining. You all could be anywhere this afternoon, and you are here learning so that you can get serious about getting corporate clients. I want to help you. I'm Coach Kat. Those of you all who are new to me, welcome. Welcome. Make sure that you are following me. Make sure that you are staying connected to me. If you have an expertise that you want to offer to companies, right now. I want you to know that there is a methodology. And it's not throwing spaghetti against the wall to see if it sticks. That's not what my clients do. That's not what Dun & Bradstreet clients do. That's not what Gartner clients do. That's not what Bloomberg clients do. That's not what they do. The people out there and the guru people. Hi, Jesse. Nice to see you and welcome. That's not what they're doing. They're telling you to do it. See, there is an economics in distraction. Yeah. Stay distracted with the latest AI trend. Stay distracted with LinkedIn Navigator. Stay distracted with ChatGPT and collecting lists on top of lists on top of lists. Stay distracted while they are focused where the real intelligence briefings are, where the real data is, where the real knowledge and understanding is of the market. And if they don't understand it, guess what? They just hire consulting firms like mine to give it to them. Got that? I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I have been doing this work for over 20 years. Collecting data, sharing data, consulting firms. And I am telling you, we are not over spending all our time in LinkedIn Navigator. Now, can LinkedIn Navigator be helpful for some things? Yes. Yes, it can. But is that the main way that we help our clients to know where they should be focusing their time? No. No. If it was, why isn't everybody rich? Anybody can get LinkedIn Navigator. If ChatGPT was the answer, that it could give you all these lists, right? With all these super prompts, why isn't everybody rich? Why isn't everybody, got all these corporate clients? Answer quickly. The reason is because there is a real methodology behind the scenes. The answer is because they're going by frameworks, methodology, systems. They're not sitting on ChatGPT talking about give me a list of companies to reach out to. They're not. They're not. And I don't want you doing that. I'm telling you all, that is throwing spaghetti at the wall. That is not what you want to do. If you want to know what to do, I'm going to show you on Saturday. Those of you all who are joining me, okay? Those of you all who have already signed up, I will see you all on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going through the signals. I'm going to show you what to look for and how to use methodology and frameworks to get corporate clients. I could blow smoke like everybody else. And I could tell you, go on, let me give you a super prompt. I could do that. But it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be correct. It wouldn't be fair to you. It would just be feeding into more trends and just fantasy. If you want to know how to really do it, then I want to see you on Saturday. Saturday morning at 10. This ain't for everybody. It's not, because I don't have time. I don't have time to be lying to you.